Okay, good morning to all. And today we are going to discuss about 12th chemistry topic. Topic name is ionic equilibrium. So in that ionic equilibrium, today I am going to take strength of the acid, ionization of water, and the pH scale. First, let me see first one, strength of an acid. Okay. So what is acid, what is base, we know. So acid we are having two types and base also we are having two types. In that strong and weak we are dividing. So normally the strength of an acid, that is the concentration of an acid or a base. So if I take a concentration of acid or base, usually we are expressed in terms of a concentration of a H plus ion, concentration of a OH minus ion. So if I take an acid, so acid we are categorized, one is a strong acid and another one is a weak acid. So what is strong acid means? The acid which ionize completely in water. Ionize completely in water, that is strong acid. And what is weak acid means? That is partially ionized. So strong acid means whenever if you are taking any one acid, just we are dissolving in water, that ionize completely in water, those named as a strong acid. If you take a weak acid means the weak acid, if it is partially ionized in water, that is given a name as a weak acid. Okay, so if you take any acid, that is equilibrium, that is if I am taking acid as a HA, the HA equilibrium, HA equilibrium. You take acid as HA, okay, just you are dissolving in water. If I am taking HA, just we are going to dissolving in water. So that will be ionized, okay, that will be ionized and it gives hydronium ion plus negative one anion. So here I am going to take this one as a acid 1 and this we name it as base 1. So if you take water as base 2 and the hydronium ion, take it as a base 1. So usually if I am taking any one acid, just I am going to remove a proton from the acid, you are going to get one anion. This is a conjugate base of a particular acid. This is a conjugate base of a particular acid. So if you take one acid, that will be ionized completely and you will get a hydronium ion and respectively the anion will be produced. So for this equilibrium, I am going to write a Ka. So what is Ka? So Ka is nothing but the dissociation constant. The dissociation constant. Usually how can you express the Ka? Ka is nothing but product of the concentration of the product divided by product of the concentration of the reactant. So here I have taken a product as hydronium ion and an anion and the reactant as one acid and one water molecule. So you will take concentration of a hydronium ion and the concentration of an anion, that is a product concentration, divided by reactant concentration HA, that is an acid, and reactant concentration, one more reactant, water. So here we will take water in large, that is in excess concentration. So we have to neglect the concentration of water. So you will get concentration of a hydronium ion, concentration of a anion and the concentration of a acid. This is called a dissociation constant. From that dissociation constant, we comes to know about the strength of an acid. So if the Ka value is greater K is greater means, okay, strong will be the acid, stronger acid. That should be considered as a stronger acid. So for example, if I am taking hydrochloric acid, Ka value just will take 2 into 10 power 6. Okay, that will be the higher value. So Ka is stronger, so that will be the stronger acid. So if you take HF, hydrofluoric acid, the Ka value for hydrofluoric acid is 1.8 into 10 power minus 4. That will be taken as a weak acid. So this is strong and this will be the weak acid. So from the value of Ka, it comes to know that whether the given acid is a strong or a weak. Okay. In general, we can take if Ka value is more than 10. This is the formula. If Ka value is more than 10, it comes under the category of strong acid. Strong acid. If Ka value was less than 1, that will be taken as a weak acid. That will be taken as a weak acid. So next I am going to give a acid base, that is acid conjugate base value, that is acid conjugate base value. From that I am going to give whether it is a strong acid, weak acid or a very weak acid, like that. If I am taking perchloric acid, HClO4, and you take a hydrochloric acid and you take a nitric acid, or you can take a H2SO4 sulfuric acid. Those we name it as strong acid. What is the name is strong acid. This comes under the strong acid. Same way, if you take a hydronium ion nitrous acid, like this, hydronium ion nitrous acid, or if you take a hydrofluoric acid CH3COOH acetic acid, this comes under a weak acid. Weak acid, not in a strong, that little bit weak acid. Same way, if you take ammonia, okay, and OH and hydrogen, OH minus you take. This taken as a very weak acid. So just I have listed strong acid, weak acid, very weak acid. Next we will take this a conjugate base of a acid. The conjugate base of a acid will be, for perchloric acid will be ClO4 minus, and HCl will be Cl minus, HNO3 will be NO3 minus, H2SO4 will be HSO4 minus. This is taken as a very weak base. Very weak base. That is a conjugate acid of a base. Okay, conjugate base. And if you take a hydronium ion, that gives water. Okay, when you remove a proton, and this nitrous acid will give a NO2 minus. Hydrofluoric acid will give F minus, and acetic acid will give CH3 COO minus. This comes under a weak base. Weak base. Same way, if you go with the ammonia removal, you will get a NH2 minus, and OH minus will give O2 minus, and H2 will give H minus, taken as a strong base. Strong base. So just we are taking a acid conjugate base system. Just I have listed which is a strong acid, which is a weak acid, like that. Here the acid strength, here we will take it as a strong acid, weak acid and a very weak. So generally the strength of an acid is going on decreases. If I am taking this side, very weak base and a strong base. Okay, so here now what happened, the strength of the acid, it is going on what, increasing. So this is vice versa. So if I am taking an acid, the particular conjugate base will be very weak. So if I am taking a strong acid HCl, the Cl minus conjugate base will be the very weak base. For strong acid, the base will be very weak. Okay. And if I am taking weak acid, the base will be very weak base. So like that, we will give a comparison with the acid and the conjugate base. So just strength of an acid will give a Ka value. From that Ka value, dissociation constant will get a whether it is a strength of the acid can be determined by using a particular value. Next we are going to see ionization of water. So usually taking an example acid base, no? Acid and the base, usually when we dissolve in water there will be ionization. So in that same way, acid means that has a tendency to accept, the base means that has a tendency to donate, like that. The donation and the accepting character will be added. So likewise, when you take ionization of water, that is the water itself can be ionized. For example, if I am taking water as two water molecule like H2O, two water molecule, there exists a equilibrium between these two. That is, one water molecule will be acting as a donor, one water molecule will be acting as an acceptor. So here, just consider the oxygen lone pair. So this will be acting as a base. Okay. Now that base accept a proton from the one molecule of a water and this converted into hydronium ion. Okay, in the same way this will give one proton. So this will be taken as a hydroxyl ion. So this taken as acid bond, okay, and this will be taken as a base 1, this is a conjugate base, and this will be taken as base 2 and this will be taken as a base 1, that is hydronium ion. So you take this kind of equilibrium. Here the two molecule water we have taken. Here one water molecule will be acting as a donor and another one water molecule will be acting as an acceptor. This process called autoionization. The process name is autoionization. Okay. And for this process, I will write a K. So I can write K is nothing but concentration of a hydronium ion, concentration of a hydroxyl ion, and concentration of actually water, and here also water only. So this we take it as H3O plus and OH minus like this, and we will consider as H2O power 2. Okay. So you take the water in the next side, K H2O square, that is concentration term, that will be equal to H3O plus and OH minus. Okay, here the concentration of a pure water, is taken as Z, that is 1. Concentration of a pure water is 1. So instead of this concentration I have to put 1 value. So I will get Kw is equal to concentration of H3O plus concentration of a OH minus. Okay. So here what is Kw? That is ionic product of water. Ionic product of a water. So what is Kw? That is the product of the concentration of a hydronium ion and the concentration of a hydroxyl ion. So that gives a ionic product of a water. So Kw is equal to concentration of a hydronium ion and concentration of a hydroxyl ion. Here from the experimental data, the concentration of a hydronium ion, that will be taken as 10 power minus 7. So at 25 degrees Celsius, when we take here this equilibrium, the hydronium ion and the hydroxyl ion both are equal. If I found that the hydronium ion concentration is 10 power minus 7, that is taken as a hydroxyl ion also included as 10 power minus 7. So hydroxyl ion also 10 power minus 7. So from that, if you substitute that value, 10 power minus 7 hydronium ion concentration, 10 power minus 7 hydroxyl ion concentration. So you will get Kw is equal to 10 power minus 14. 10 power minus 14. So here I have represent the unit mole square dm power minus 6. We know that 1 molar concentration will be mole per decimeter cube and second one mole per decimeter cube. By combining this we will get mole square dm power minus 6. That is ionic product of a water. Okay, so from that ionic product of a water, if you take that, whenever if you increase the concentration of a hydronium ion and the concentration of a hydroxyl ion, if you increase this value, automatically the ionic product also increases. So when we increase the concentration of those things, will automatically what the concentration of a ionic product also increases. And the same way, the autoionization of water, that is accompanied as a endothermic process. This comes under endothermic process. So from this we will get one point, that is for a neutral solution, neutral solution means we will take a consider as a NaCl solution. The concentration of a hydronium ion that will be equal to the concentration of a hydroxyl ion. So for neutral solution, both hydronium ion concentration and hydroxyl ion concentration will be equal. For acidic solution, the concentration of a hydronium ion will be greater than the concentration of a hydroxyl ion. In the same way, for basic solution, the concentration of a H3O plus less than hydroxyl ion concentration, because the concentration of a base should be high. Okay, so neutral solution, acidic solution and the basic solution. And next we are going to see the pH scale. Okay, so usually the acid base concentration will be expressed in terms of a concentration term. So normally the concentration term will be vary 0.1 to 10 power minus 7 molar concentration. So those concentration will be very less, and those less concentration can be predicted with the one value, that is a logarithmic value, that is only called the pH value, and that was introduced by the scientist named Sorensen. And that pH value, that pH word, that should be derived from the French word, okay, French word Prussian dehydrogen, that is the French word that has a meaning as a pH value. Okay, so from that you will get 1 point. What is the formula for a pH and pOH? So first, how can you define the pH value? pH usually we can define minus log of H plus. So how can I define the pH value? It is the negative of the logarithmic of base 10 of a concentration of a hydronium ion, that is negative logarithmic of base 10 of concentration of a hydronium ion, that is pH. Okay, in the same way I can give you the formula for a pOH. So pOH is equal to minus of log of OH minus of log of OH minus. So from this we can calculate what is the hydrogen ion concentration and the hydroxyl ion concentration. So suppose if I want to find out H plus equal to 10 power minus pH. Same way if I want to calculate OH minus ion concentration, 10 power minus pOH, like that. Okay, so if you take this hydrogen ion concentration, I can give you the hydrogen ion concentration in terms of a hydronium ion also. in terms of a hydronium ion also. So next for a neutral solution, the pH value, how can you get the pH value? We know that pH value for acidic solution should be less than 7, for a neutral solution should be equal to 7, for a base solution above 7 only. So for neutral solution, how can you derive the pH value? So for a neutral solution, concentration of a hydronium ion, I am going to substitute 10 power minus 7 because we know concentration of a hydronium ion 10 power minus 7, concentration of a hydroxyl ion also 10 power minus 7. So substitute 10 power minus 7 in the pH value. So pH is equal to minus log of, the concentration of a hydronium ion will be 10 power minus 7. So if I am taking 10 power minus 7, that will be minus, okay, if I am taking minus 7 into log 10, okay, here you can get pH value is equal to plus 7 only for a neutral solution. Same way if you take POH also. So if I substitute in terms of a concentration of a hydroxyl ion as 10 power minus 7, you will get POH is equal to minus log of 10 power minus 7. So that will be taken as minus into minus 7 into log 10. Log 10 is 1. So you will get POH is equal to 7. So for neutral solution, the pH of a solution will be 7. POH will also be 7. That will be appear by substituting the concentration of a hydronium ion as 10 power minus 7, concentration of a hydroxyl ion as 10 power minus 7. So by anyway you are going to get pH value will be equal to 7 for a neutral solution. So in that ionization of water, same concept, the ionization of water. If you take a pH value, so just I have given the pH is nothing but minus of log of hydronium ion concentration. Okay, so here I have given a minus sign. Whenever if you increase concentration, automatically the pH value should also be increases. Okay, so if I am taking the concentration of a hydronium ion increases means pH value decreases. If the concentration of a hydronium ion decreases means pH value increases. So from this we will get an idea. Okay. Next, so we are going to derive a relationship between, that is relationship between pH and POH. Just we are going to derive the relation between pH and POH. So what is actually pH? pH is minus log of, that is concentration of a hydronium ion. What is POH? Negative of the logarithmic of the concentration of a hydroxyl ion. Okay. Now when you add pH and POH, you will take, just I am going to add minus log of H3O plus minus log of OH minus. Okay. So if you take minus sign outside, you will get log of hydronium ion plus log of hydroxyl ion. Okay, log of hydroxyl. Just I am taking a log outside. We know that minus of a log of H3O plus is nothing but pH. Minus of log of OH minus, that will be equal to POH. So whenever if I am adding those value, okay, suppose if I am taking minus alone, if I take log outside, minus of log of H3O plus, okay, concentration, and concentration of OH minus, thus we know that log A plus log B, that will be equal to log of A and B. So that pH plus POH. Okay. So next we are going to substitute. We know that Kw value will be equal to hydronium ion concentration and OH minus ion concentration. Okay. So here this H3O plus and OH minus, I am going to substitute Kw. So pH plus POH is equal to minus of log of Kw. Okay, sir.
Okay, wanna start பண்ணுங்க.
Here the pH plus POH that gives minus log, if I substitute hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion as a Kw, okay. And next this pH plus POH value that will be equal to this minus log Kw, I will give you pKw because, okay, and here pKw equal to minus of log of Kw. From this minus log Kw will be equal to pKw. So we'll have one data that is pH is equal pH plus POH equal to pKw. So here what is pKw we are going to find out. So we know that Kw is equal to 1 into 10 power minus 14. So next I am going to find out what is pKw. So pKw is equal to minus of log of Kw. So here you substitute minus, take it outside, log Kw value was 10 power minus 14. So here you will get minus 14 into log 10. So log 10 as 1. So we get pKw that will be equal to 14. So pH plus POH equal to pKw. So your pKw equal to 14. From this pH plus POH will be 14. This is the relation between pH and the POH. So the ionic product of a water Kw. So with the help of that we will predict the relationship between pH and the POH. Okay. So by using of this next we are going to do some problem. So how can you calculate the pH? How can you calculate the POH? Okay. By using of this how can you get those combined value, that is pH plus POH equal to 14. So first let me take the problem. Calculate the pH of of 0.001 concentration of a HCl. Okay. Or if you want smaller concentration you can take 0.1, 0.01 like that. We know that 0.001 that means 10 power minus 3. We can substitute 10 power minus 3. So here they are given concentration of a H plus ion is nothing but 10 power minus 3. Okay. So by using of this we have to calculate the pH value. So pH formula minus log of H plus. Because we are talking about in terms of acid, that will be the monobasic acid. If it is a dibasic acid, those concentration of hydrogen ion will, has to be multiplied with 2. So here only one monobasic acid. So anyway I am taking 10 power minus 3 as it is. So pH is equal to minus log 10 power minus 3 concentration. So if I take log, that is minus of log of 10 power minus 3, you will take it as minus 3 log 10. So your pH value should be equal to 3. Okay. So here the pH value lies within that 6 and 7. So the value should be less than 7. So that will be considered as a acidic medium. So here no problem with the concentration. Suppose if I am taking one more problem. So calculate the pH of 10 power minus 7 HCl, molar concentration of a HCl. So here I have given concentration of H plus as 10 power minus 7. Concentration of H plus as 10 power minus 7. So by substituting the concentration of H plus as 10 power minus 7, we are going to get the pH value should be equal to 7. Okay. So if the pH value is equal to 7, how can you say that this is an acid? It is not possible. Definitely the pH value should be equal to 7, means it should be a neutral solution. Okay. So how can you get a neutral solution for acid? It is not possible. So for this situation you have to account the auto ionization of a water value also. So if you get the pH value equal to 7, 7 for a given acid means you should include the concentration of a hydronium ion from the auto ionization of a water. So here the concentration of a hydronium ion value should be 10 power minus 7. So in order to calculate the concentration of a here hydronium ion, so the concentration of a hydronium ion, okay, so to calculate the concentration, we have to take the concentration that is 10 power minus 7 from hydronium ion from the acid. This is from the acid. In addition to that, we have to add 10 power minus 7 from the hydronium ion from the water. The water you are getting from the auto ionization. So, if you get pH value equal to 7 for a given acid equal to 7 is not possible. So, in order to solve this, we are taking the concentration of a hydronium ion from water. That should be added to the concentration of a acid also. So, whenever this 10 power minus 7, 10 power minus 7, when you add, you will get 1, it is understood 1 into no. So, like that 1 plus 1, 10 power minus 7, that comes into 2 into 10 power minus 7. So, the hydronium ion concentration, we have to consider 2 into 10 power minus 7. So, next we have to supply the formula. The formula is pH is equal to minus of log of H plus. So, the concentration log of hydronium ion concentration will be 2 into 10 power minus 7. So, here just we are taking log inside. So, minus outside log 2, just I am dividing. So, log 10 power minus 7. So, next minus log 2, you know 0.3010 plus this value minus 7 into log 10. So, anyway you are going to get 0.3010 here plus minus, so minus 7. So, this minus 0.30. Okay, if you take 7 minus 0.3010, you will get 6.990. So, that is approximately 6.7, which is less than the value of 7. So, that will be considered as an acid. So, generally, if you go with the pH problem, usually they are given concentration of a hydronium ion means if you substitute a pH value, if you get less than 7 means no problem. So, if you get equal to 7, okay, again we have to concentrate on the concentration of a hydronium ion, and those value you have to add and you have to calculate. So, to predict the pH value for a acidic solution. So, in this section, just we are discussed about strength of a acid, base, ionization of a water, ionic product of a water, and what is the relation between pH and the pOH value. Thank you.